Hey everyone, it's Eon Orange here, and today I wanted to make a sort of loosely scripted video. I have a couple notes, but I wanted to make a bit of a more scripted and structured video about something I've come to start calling ugly Sonic marketing. I talked about this a little bit in one of my streams, but partially because I'm new to streaming, but also just the distraction of the game and chat, I don't think I articulated myself pretty well, because I was going to just upload this stream clip to YouTube, but after rewatching it, I was like, you know what, I think this topic should be presented in a sort of more structured format, because I think there is something to say about this trend that's been going on. And that trend is things being made to be kind of bad on purpose to appeal to ironic sensibilities that a lot of people in Gen Z seem to have. And the reason I call it ugly Sonic marketing is because there's this theory that I find really interesting. Not a theory I think is true necessarily, but one I still find interesting, and I think there are definite examples of this being true in other places. But the crux of the theory is basically that when the Sonic movie released, they released that initial trailer where Sonic looked like a fucking germ from an allergy medicine commercial, and everyone was talking about it. And that movie got way more publicity than it ever would have if they just made Sonic look good from the start. Now, it's pretty hard to tell whether or not this is intentional, because all of the free publicity they got from this incident surely made them back more money than they did from the, what, $5 million that they spent reworking the movie, plus whatever money from recalling merchandise, I guess. But the point stands. The first Sonic movie was not particularly good. It was kind of just a mediocre kids movie, in my opinion. The other two pretty greatly improved upon it, but that first Sonic movie probably would not have gotten nearly as much attention as it would have if it wasn't for the ugly Sonic trailer. And so that's led people to speculate that the trailer was made to be bad on purpose. I'm not sure if I agree with this, but what I will agree with is that this might have been sort of a catalyst for marketing executives realizing that this is an avenue they could take to profit off of stuff. You know, just make it shitty, make it a meme, try and make it a meme. Companies have been trying for a really, really long time to break into the internet zeitgeist. Like, I don't know how many of you remember that fucking awful Wendy's commercial where they tried to, like, appeal to internet sensibilities. I'm not going to quote it, but you know what I'm talking about. And companies have been trying for a really long time to harness the internet and to harness that crowd. With, again, that Wendy's commercial, things like the Emoji Movie, they've been unsuccessful for a pretty long time. But I think with, like, the Minecraft movie, I think they're starting to figure us out. Because the Minecraft movie, I 100% think, is doing exactly what people were accusing the Sonic movie of doing. Where I think, except their ugly Sonic is a fat middle-aged man who tries desperately to act younger than he actually is, but the point still stands. I'm of the opinion that the Minecraft movie was made to be sort of shitposty on purpose, and that the people who are now doing the marketing for this movie are people who are young enough to understand internet culture in a way that the older generation simply didn't. So that's why I think that the Minecraft movie has become such a thing on the internet. And why, despite being pretty objectively awful, I mean, the movie's gonna come out and it's gonna suck. Like, the Minecraft movie will not be good in any sincere way whatsoever. But billions of people are going to go see it, a lot of which are children, but a lot of which are, you know, Gen Z and younger millennials, who are going to go watch this movie out of an ironic sense of, haha, flinted steel. And I think that was done on purpose. And the reason that I think this is an important thing to talk about is because where are we going to be years from now when this strategy works and the Minecraft movie makes $16 gorillion at the box office, and now every movie that comes out is just made like the Minecraft movie because that's the new meta. And we're left with no more good movies because they all have to be ironic, you know? And a lot of people are under the impression that these marketing executives and people of the such that make these kinds of decisions are out of touch and they don't know what's going on, but I think they do. I think they've picked up on it. 'Cause do you guys remember when the second Minions movie came out and a bunch of teenage boys and young men went to go see the movie wearing suits because it was a meme? Now, how many of those people do you think would have seen the movie if it wasn't for the meme? Probably not very many. And I think that's another aspect of it. I think that is also what made them realize that they can appeal to Gen Z with irony. Because what they've essentially did with the Minions movie was they were able to attract an entire new demographic without sacrificing their original demographic of young children. All the young children came to watch it for all the Minions antics and stupid bullshit, but now you have an entirely new demographic that's probably tens of thousands of people who wouldn't have seen the movie otherwise who saw it. And that's why I'm so confident that marketing executives have picked up on this. And I don't even think it's just movies either. Another example of ugly Sonic marketing that I can point to and say that I 100% believe was intentional recently was this series of baseball caps that were released by the MLB. So if you aren't aware, about a few weeks ago now, the MLB released a new line of hats that had either the name of the team, the name of the state, the name of the city that they play in, and the team's logo overlaid in the middle of it. Now, anyone could look at this for 2 seconds and tell you, wow, that is an awful design, and most of the hats just look like complete dog shit. But a few of them, however, convince me that they did this on purpose. Namely, the Texas Rangers, the LA Angels, I think that's where they play, I don't fucking watch baseball at all, and the Houston Astros. I'll put a picture of those up on the screen, and you can take one look at those and see. This wasn't an accident. They knew what they were doing. And because the hat says fucking tetas, which means titties in Spanish, is one letter away from anals, or says asshos on it, people flocked to buy these. And the tetas one, which was taken off the shelves, is now selling for like $1,000 on eBay. So think about this. These hats, these ugly, stupid hats, are worth way more now than they ever would have been if it was just a normal, decent-looking MLB hat. And they've effectively attracted an entire new market of people who are going to buy this hat, either in hopes of it being a collector's item that they can resell one day, which is seemingly already paying off for some people, but also just an ironic, shitposty sense of humor. And I know, because I almost fucking fell for it. The day that these hats released, someone posted it in a Discord, and I thought it was really funny. And I went to look at them, and I saw the Houston Astros one. And I was heavily considering buying it. I had it in the cart and everything under the justification that I could probably resell this one day. But before I could start entering my card information or anything, I came to a realization that no. This is exactly what they're wanting me to do, isn't it? Because I don't watch baseball. Not really. I'm a football and a little bit of hockey guy. And I'm kind of starting to warm up to basketball a little bit. But I do not watch baseball. And I certainly have no connection to the Houston Astros at all. So, and I don't think the hat looks good. The hat looks fucking stupid, and I never wear it out in public out of embarrassment. So I sat there and questioned, what is compelling me to purchase this? Why did I consider this for even 1 second? And I realized, ugly Sonic marketing. That's exactly it. The MLB is a franchise worth hundreds of billions, if not trillions of dollars that is enjoyed by people worldwide. This was not an accident. This was not done, you know, with neglectfully. They did this on purpose, and you can't convince me otherwise. And I know because I have firsthand experience of it coming way closer to working than it ever should have. So, it's not even just movies and media anymore. It's sports franchises. It's everything. It's the fucking Buc-ee's billboard I drove by the other day that said, what did it even say? I can't remember. It said, like, Buc-ee's understood the assignment or something, like some kind of internet lingo. Companies have figured us out. They have figured out the internet. That's why the Minecraft movie is so widely talked about. That's why these ugly, stupid hats sold out. And I think it's worth discussing because I think some people don't realize this is happening. And sure, maybe I'm just a schizo here. Maybe this is just all a coincidence. Maybe the marketing executives are actually just really stupid and they don't know what they're doing. But I don't know. When it comes to spending more money than I will ever see in my entire life, and probably most of you, on marketing things like this and making these decisions, I don't think they take these things lightly. I think there is a lot of consideration that goes into these kinds of decisions. And I think they're figuring out what's working to finally break into the internet demographic. Anyways, that's kind of my thoughts about this. I'd certainly like to hear yours. If you can think of any other examples of ugly Sonic marketing that worked or didn't, or have any points against me, or just want to call me a schizo who's looking too deep into things, feel free to share your thoughts. Anyways, I'll probably do a few more of these sort of loosely scripted but not streamed videos if it's a topic that I think deserves to be talked about in a way like this, rather than just half paying attention on stream. But yeah, that's all I got for you. See ya.